Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Friday, May 1st. You'll be interested to know, 175 years ago, today, in 1851, London opened the first great international exposition in a dazzling crystal palace, showcasing industrial innovation, fine arts, and inventions from around the world. The gathering celebrated human creativity and technological progress, setting a global model for cultural exchange and inspiring future public exhibitions and universal curiosity. So now you know. And now, it's time for the weather report. This morning, it's mostly sunny, and it feels like 43 degrees, with 6-mile-per-hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:43, and it will rise again tomorrow at 5:35. It looks like we're in for some mostly sunny weather today, with a high near 63 and a light northwest breeze, around 8 miles per hour. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 63. Tonight, expect a slight chance of rain showers after 4 a.m., with partly cloudy skies, a low around 46, and a calm west wind around 4 miles per hour. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 49 degrees for the water temperature. Looking ahead in the weather. Saturday is mostly cloudy with a chance of showers and a high near 59, and southwest winds around 5 miles per hour. Sunday stays mostly cloudy with spotty showers likely and a high near 57, as winds turn northwest around 7 miles per hour. Monday warms to a sunny high near 66 before breezy southwest winds increase Tuesday into the low 70s with gusts near 29. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, an unexpected scare occurred on Friday at Six Flags New England in Agawam when the Superman, the ride coaster, stalled at the top of its lift hill on April 24. Riders were forced to walk down a steep maintenance staircase as park employees guided them to safety. The popular coaster, standing at 208 feet tall, reaches speeds of 77 miles per hour and features a 221-foot drop. According to Six Flags New England's website, the ride has extensive safety sensors that can stop the coaster if needed. Videos shared on TikTok captured the moment riders were evacuated. Now on to sports. The $13 billion World Cup is set to be the most lucrative competition in the history of sport, despite some of the 48 competing countries struggling to make ends meet. FIFA President Gianni Infantino described the event as the greatest event that humanity has ever seen. FIFA's financial report indicates that the organization expects to earn $13 billion from the 4-year cycle, with nearly $9 billion anticipated this year. In comparison, the Paris 2024 Olympics recently generated $5 billion. Further details will be revealed on Thursday as Infantino discusses FIFA's budget for 2027 to 2030. In local sports, tonight the Red Sox host the Astros at Fenway, looking to snap a skid after getting swept by Toronto. Boston is inconsistent early. They're 12-19, but Wilson Contreras and company have shown flashes. First pitch is at 7:10. Meanwhile, the Celtics face elimination in Game 7 tomorrow at TD Garden against Philadelphia. Boston led the series 3-2, but dropped Game 6 badly, 106-93. The Sixers came alive in the middle quarters, outscoring the Celtics 62-40. Tyrese Maxey had 30 points, but Jayson Tatum is still dealing with a lower leg injury from last night. The Celtics know what championship basketball demands. They won it all last year. One game. Winner advances. On the ice, the Bruins are in must-win territory against Buffalo in Game 6 tonight. The Sabres lead the series 3-2, but Boston forced this with a dramatic 2-1 overtime win Tuesday, David Pastrnak with a game winner. The Garden is going to be loud. Victor Arvidsson is out with an upper body issue, but Jeremy Swayman has been sharp. This is survival. Finally, Rob Gronkowski has been voted into the Patriots Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility, joining Brady, Edelman, and Vrabel in the last 4 years. The tight end played 9 seasons in New England with 521 catches for 7,861 yards and 79 touchdowns. In top news, you are probably paying more for insurance lately. A new analysis suggests that Americans are being overcharged by $150 billion annually for home, auto, and business insurance. This analysis, by the Vanderbilt Policy Accelerator, details how insurers are paying out less on claims than they did decades ago. In 2024, for every $1 collected in premiums, insurers reimbursed 62 cents for claims, down from an average of 80 cents in the 1980s and 1990s. Brian Shearer, Director of Competition and Regulatory, stated that the low loss ratios indicate the insurance industry is charging too much. In business news, credit expert warns borrowers about the American drain as new mortgage scoring models take effect. For millions of invisible Americans who have paid rent on time for years, but lacked a traditional credit score, the door to the American dream just swung wide open. However, one expert warns not to trip on the threshold. Following a landmark announcement from the Department of Housing and Urban Development and the Federal Housing Finance Agency to accept VantageScore 4.0 and FICO Score 10T, the mortgage industry is bracing for a surge of new applicants. Micah Smith, a leading credit repair influencer, says that while the inclusion of rent and utilities is a landmark shift, borrowers must be wary of the American drain. Smith cautions that the new models are more rigorous than many realize. He states, "People say getting a home is the American dream. I call it the American drain when you do not do it properly." The acceptance of VantageScore 4.0 represents the first major change to mortgage credit requirements in over 3 decades. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 3% for the week to $77,000. Ethereum is down 5% to about $2,000. And XRP is down 5% to $1.37. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. In the Musk v. Altman case, a judge warns lawyers that artificial intelligence itself is not on trial. On April 30th, 2026, in Oakland, California, tensions rose during Elon Musk's testimony against OpenAI. Musk's attorney, Stephen Molo, raised concerns about the potential for artificial intelligence to cause human extinction, prompting Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers to refocus the discussion. Rogers emphasized the trial's focus on Musk's claim that OpenAI CEO Sam Altman betrayed public trust for personal gain. This lawsuit reflects a long-standing feud between the two former associates, filled with public disputes. And in entertainment news, the follow-up to The Devil Wears Prada is arriving in theaters on Friday, with Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, and Emily Blunt reprising their roles 2 decades later. This long-awaited sequel follows the original, adapted from Lauren Weisberger's 2003 novel, inspired by her experiences with former Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour. The first film, featuring Hathaway as aspiring journalist Andy Sachs, grossed $327 million worldwide, becoming a lasting pop culture phenomenon. Critics described the film as pretty and polished and preposterous. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American inventor and visionary, Thomas Edison. And he said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, highlighting the relentless effort behind human creativity and technological progress." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the weather reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings in Boston.